welcome to episode 4.
We're in the building.
Yes, the Underrated Voices Talk Show. It is Angie.
And it's Nene.
And we have our special guest today, Miss Lawanda Lee, better known as Big Tang, in the building. And this Mrs. Lawanda Big Tang is an author. She's also a music artist. She's also an entrepreneur and a lovely woman around the board. And of course, you guys know it's still March, so it's still Women's History Month. So we are going to jump right into this thing with a very entertaining show on today. So Miss Lawanda, Big Tang, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. How about you ladies?
We're
doing
great.
good.
Thank you. So, where do we begin? So, I think the first thing that I know about is your music career. So, what inspired you to start in your music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I just loved doing music. My dad, he played all the instruments. My mom sang. So it was just in the blood. It came natural.
Right.
And I started listening to, different music, some different type of hip hop way back then. I don't even know if people considered it hip hop back then, but I liked it and I embraced it. And way back when I was a little girl, I started doing music.
Okay. So, what is your genre of music?
Hip hop is my forte, but I do everything. I do pop, I do hip hop, R&B, um, heavy metal, anything that needs to be done when it comes to music, I can do it.
So do you sing? Do you rap?
I can hold the tune. I can't sing. But I rap. So rap, hip hop is my forte. But I write all kind of music for any type of artist from any genre.
Awesome. So, within your music career, what was your highlight, like your biggest moment? Like, oh man, I remember when.
I had a lot of those moments, but I think the best time that I really enjoyed when it came to my music career mostly was when I lived in Dallas, Texas. I was a part of a record label there, and I just was involved in so much. I was doing world tours. I was doing shows with ESG, Slim Thug, Lil Flip, Pow Millionaire, Mike Jones, and I was the only female on the scene at the time, in the industry, and it was like I was holding it down. And everywhere I went, the crowd embraced me, and I just loved it. Them was like my most highest moments. I had commercials on BT. I was on the front cover of the magazine with Big Mo. I was just doing so much, and it was just so exciting. I think that was the biggest highlight of my career. And then I got my deal with Universal Records, a distribution and manufacturing deal, and that just topped it off. Put the icing on the cake.
Right. Okay. So, what was your most, oh my God, I can't believe this moment during your music career?
I was on world tour and I had a show. I don't remember what city I was in, but I had this song called Hunch with Me, and it was explicit. And the people who had me come to that town and that was paying us to do the show, they wanted that hunch with me. But when I seen the crowd, and when I tell you the crowd was huge, we had a concert in this really big park, and it was so many people out there, but it was so many kids, and I did not want to do hunch with me. I was standing there, kind of like in the background, like I was like, so I told my CEO, I was like, I think I should do all the way to Dixon. Or he said, no, these people won't, hunch with me. I was like, but look how many kids, in the crowd, we getting paid to do this. You do what you get paid to do, and I just really kind of felt bad about that. And I did hunch with me. I still gave it all my energy and I did my thing. But looking at some of the little kids' face, it was like, they was like, with some of the things I was saying, I just felt so bad.
Wow. But you made it through.
I made it through. I got a lot of claps. A lot of people love me, but I still won't forget some of the looks on some of the little kids' face. And it's crazy because now that I'm older and I look back, it's like oh wow, just the impact that we as adults or as artists have on children and
Yes.
everything like that. So that was one of those moments that was really like, wow, I wished I would have make basically put out there that this could only be done in an adult environment. you
Right.
know, Forget who paid us and what they wanted to hear. We have children in the building, and I want to respect the kids. They are our future. They when they get older, they can learn about the hunching and all that. But right now, I had wanted to be appropriate. You know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Very well said. We have a lot of explicit music now, and I think as parents, that's one of our things. Like, wow, I really like this, but it's just so out here for our children. So I can definitely relate to that very much so. Okay, so the next thing is you're an author. The Who Can I Trust
I see
book.
the book. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So I kind of know what inspired this book, of course. It's an awesome book, by the way, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
But from the author, from the actor, from the character in this particular book, what really, really inspired this book? Like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a book. Where were you? Where were you in your mental space at that moment when you decided to do a book?
When I decided to do my book, I was independent as an artist at the time. I had ended up starting my own label because of the things that you go through when you're dealing with other people in the industry. It's just such a cutthroat game. It's just crazy. And I had a story to tell because I experienced so much with so many different people. And I feel like letting other people into my world and other people into my life making decisions with my career had a very big impact on where my career ended up as far as music goes. And I wanted to tell my story because maybe I could help some other artists, upcoming artists, deal with some situations that they're dealing with record labels or they rights to their songs or whatever the situation may be. Just I just felt like I had a story to tell and my story could inspire an artist.
Awesome, awesome. So, can we be on the lookout for a part two or a next?
Actually, it is a series, and I need to get on top of my game. I'm just such an entrepreneur, and I be having so many things going on. I have my hands in so much different stuff. But the book, Who Can I Trust? That's the name of that book. It is on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. But the book, Who Can I Trust? It's definitely a series. Who Can I Trust is the first one. The Game Oh Me is the second one, and the last one is If I Knew Then What I Know Now. So I definitely need to finish that series because it's a complete story.
Right.
So hopefully, I'm gonna get my butt back on the computer and put that dedicated time in and get the typing and creating the next books. So
Well, we
yeah,
are
should be looking.
awesome because we're definitely, definitely looking. And a bonus to this particular book, Who Can I Trust, is there's the soundtrack and there are bangers on there. So you get to hear about the walk of the music, but you get to literally hear some of the music. So you guys get the book. It's on several platforms. She's already listed them, and we are going to move right along. Now, presently, we know that you have jolloo cosmetics going on.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, where was jolloo cosmetics birthed from?
I was married, and my husband and I, his mom, her nickname was Jalu, and she passed away. And we were thinking about some different business ventures, and I was like, you know what? I want to start me a lip gloss line. We were talking about different things we were going to do. And I said, but I don't know what I'm going to call it. So all that evening, I was just tossing and turning in my sleep. I was like, I got to figure out what I'm going to call this lip gloss line. And I figured it out. His mother's name, her nickname was so intriguing to me. It was like Jalu. It just sounded like, Jalu. So I was like, oh, I woke up out of my sleep. I told my husband, wake up, wake up. I said, I know what I'm going to call the lip gloss. He said, what you going to call it? I said, Jalu. And the slogan going to be, because we care. So that's
Wow.
my soap and my lip gloss line. And then a year later, the pandemic came, which is a whole other story. When I dropped the lip gloss line a couple months later, the pandemic came, people wearing masks, so lip gloss wasn't as popular and people stuck in the house. And I was like, you know what? I want to expand my cosmetics brand because it is jolloo Cosmetics. So I decided to add other products and I came up with my body butters and soaps and the beard kit for the men. So that's how it all went along.
Awesome. And where can the people, by the way, guys, great products. I have the body butter, and first of all, it's so cute that it was hard for me to use it for a while. And she kept asking me, did you use your body butter? Did you use your body butter? And I'm like, well, I rubbed my finger across the top, but I don't want to mess up the way the color configuration is here. So, but I did end up using it, and I have been using it, and it is absolutely awesome. I have pink lemonade, and it is absolutely great. But we know that people are needing things like this, and you also have some healing butter now, right?
Yes, I do.
And so where can the people find these things? Like, do you have a website or somewhere where they can order?
Yes, they can go to jolloo-cosmetics.com, and that's JAHLU-cosmetics.com. And when you go to jolloo-cosmetics.com right now, I actually have a special going on. If you enter the code spring break, I think it is, or yeah, I think it's spring break, but it should be listed on my website. Anyway, you enter a code and you get 10% off right now. So
Okay, cool.
but you
Awesome.
go to the website, you can go to Esty and look under jolloo Cosmetics under Esty. Basically, if you post jolloo Cosmetics in your search engine in Google, you'll find a lot of different spots where you can actually get my product.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good.
Absolutely awesome.
So I know you said that you were doing lip gloss, and because of the pandemic and everything, that wasn't really popular. So have you made the lip gloss? Actually, is it for sale? Did you or?
See? Yes, I'm putting some on right now. So yeah, and I have different flavors in my lip gloss as well. I have plain, I have like peach orange, I have strawberry. I think I got so that the list of the flavors is on the site. I've been making so much body butter that's what's really kind of been in my mind. But oh yeah, I just made some new lip gloss actually because I ran out of my coconut lip gloss, so I had to remake that because I actually had to order a little large order recently for some coconut lip gloss. So yeah, I home make that as well using all organic and natural products, so it's healthy for your lips and it makes them pretty just like mine is right now.
Awesome. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of digging into jolloo Cosmetics from our research, we've met some of the characters that promote jo- jolloo Cosmetics, and for our entertainment purposes. Now, where were these characters? What was in your mind is all anybody that's seen the characters knows that they are all off the chain.
Yes.
So, where did this come from?
Well, we've been in a pandemic, so we've been locked down, and you tend to get creative. I'm by myself. I have a dog, so when you just by yourself, you tend to get creative with some things, and I'm just creative anyway. So I was like, you know what? I need to figure out a way to promote my product without having to spend a whole lot of money because I spent so much money on the product, you know. So I'm like, how can I save money? How can I be cost effective and efficient at the same time get my product out there? So I decided to do a little video on TikTok, and I did a second video, and then I did a third video, and it was like I made up these little characters while I was doing it. I was like, I could be a little girl, I could be, this person, I could be that person, I could be one. It's about 10 different characters I play. But I decided to put it on TikTok, and one night I went to sleep and I had like 2 views and 10 likes. Well, 2 likes and 10 views. Girl, I woke up the next morning, I had 43,000 views. I said, uh-oh, here go my this how I can promote my product. So, when I say 43,000 views, the next morning, I definitely got that made me even more creative, to get more people to watch. Because every video, no matter what, I talk about jolloo cosmetics.
Right.
I talk about something, and then having fun with it at the same time. Like, why not? Let's have some fun and promote the product all at the same time. So that's where that generates.
That's
Awesome.
great. Because
Awesome.
we gotta promote. We gotta promote. And the cheapest and cost efficient way to do that is doing it on your own on social media for free.
Exactly. And having fun is a super, super major bonus. It really, really is. So you touched on the pandemic a little bit. Just from Lawanda, from Big Tang, what's your look on the pandemic? Like as far as I guess on a spiritual level or on what's inside of your mind or yourself, what do you, of course, we know scratching the surface and actually what's going on, but just in individuals' aspect of this whole pandemic ordeal.
That's a really deep question, and that could go on for days and days and weeks, months and months. I mean, we can talk about that forever. So, the thing is that what I came up with when I was dealing with the pandemic, and I know a lot of people, well, everybody in the world is, it didn't just touch, one city or one state like we have when we have the thing that happened in New Orleans or a tsunami or different things like that. Just actually affected in the whole entire world, everyone. Basically just really keeping the faith and standing on faith and trusting in the Lord. Because at the end of the day, no matter who the government is, no matter who created coronavirus, no matter what none of this stuff is, God is in control. And as long as you know that and you trust that and you believe in that and you stand on faith and you stand strong in what it is that you believe with Him and you just know that, oh, it's all good. Everything is good, including the pandemic, because everything is rigged in my favor. So
Yes, ma'am.
throughout that whole year that we was locked down and had to be locked down, a lot of people needed that. They needed to find themselves. They needed to sit down and pray. They needed to get closer to God. They needed, so everything is rigged in your favor. And if you look at life like that, that pandemic was beneficial for you in some shape, fashion, or form. So it's all good at the end of the day.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. And on the Underrated Voices talk show, one of our topics that no matter who we're talking to or what we're talking about, it always comes up as us as women inspiring each other and building an empire to be able to work together, because so many of us have dealt with jealousy or envy or unnecessary hate, a lot of things. And I personally will call them strongholds, because sometimes we're programmed to act or think a certain way. And a lot of times when people act a certain way, it's because of their own insecurities. And instead of praising or congratulating someone else, it comes out in the ill feelings that they have instead of the inspirational feelings. So, with that being said, what would you have to say to the ladies as far as entrepreneurship, as far as things being rigged in your favor and knowing that what God has for you is for you, or any subject that it is to be inspiring and uplifting to our women?
Okay, well, that's a really great question, and definitely want to touch on that. Ladies, just stay focused. Whatever it is you got planned, whatever it is you want to do, stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused in what it is that you want to do. Stay grinding, because a lot of times we tend to get caught up in, especially women, because it's in our nature to be nurturing and giving. So we tend to put other people before us, or especially when you're in a relationship, your spouse, your boyfriend, whatever. You tend to put so many things, kids. You tend to put all those things before yourself. You got to know how to balance. Most importantly, whatever you do, balance. Find some kind of balance in your life so you can have positions to put you first. And once you put you first in that balance, you will prosper and you will succeed in whatever it is you want to do. But stay focused. Stay focused, stay grinding, stay strong on that. And then as far as like, you touch bases on different things like, the strongholds on some people and jealousy and different things like that. Anything that anybody have in life is obtainable. So if you want it, go get it. Don't be mad or don't be jealous or don't hate on nobody. Figure out how they did it. You need to get the blueprint so you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just some words of encouragement. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. So find out what works best for you, embrace it, and make that happen. Stay focused, stay grinding, and get yours. Most importantly, and have faith, and you all good. Amen.
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 Amen. Now, hallelujah.
Amen. Did you have any problems, I guess, with starting jolloo Cosmetics or even writing your book? Did you find it hard to focus? Did you have anything that was kind of holding you back or, just keeping you from moving forward with any of your endeavors?
No, because I am focused. I am a real, when I got my mind made up, it's made up. So when I was writing my book, I was so proud of myself too when I finally finished because I had so many things going on in my life at that time too. I ran my own studio, I worked a job, I did music, I was out doing shows, but I made it my business 2 hours every day, no matter what. Start on that book and don't stop until 2 hours later. I would have company come over. I tell my company, excuse me, y'all, I got 2 hours to do this book right here. Y'all, I ain't put them out and tell them they couldn't come in. Y'all can have a seat, go get something to eat, do whatever y'all want to do, but I'm writing right now. And I'll be finished in 2 hours. And when I was done in those 2 hours, then I continued on about my day. So that's another thing back to just staying focused. You know what I'm saying? And then with the jolloo thing, like just really just being on top of your game. It ain't just about making a decision like, yeah, I want to do this. Even with the book, having to put it on websites, it's up for sale on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. That just don't come overnight. You got to be a business person too. So you got to do your reading, you got to do your research, you got to figure out what you need to do to take that next step. That's why I said instead of hating on, folks be hating on people, reach out to that person and find out what they did to do what they did so you can try to do it too if that's your inspiration or that's your goal or your plan. If you want to write a book too, find out what the person who wrote one so you can, follow those steps because it's a blueprint to everything.
Right.
Now, with the jolloo Cosmetics, just making sure that I just have my I's dotted and T's crossed because it's a lot that comes along when you're doing products and you have an online store and your tax purposes. Because like right now, I can't sell to the state of Kansas because unless until I register with their state for their taxes. So some people don't even know that, you know, but you have to register individually with that state. Other states are probably, mostly included with the general United States tax, but that particular state isn't. So if someone orders from Kansas, I can't even sell to them until I register with their state.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that's, like a plus to know. And then like right now I got the hemp. I got the hemp oil. I am so excited about making that butter for when you have your joints hurting and you got pains, arthritis and stuff like that. But once again, I don't just jump out into the, jump out there. I was like, let me do some little studying on this because I already ordered the hemp oil. But let me do some studying on this and find out a little something, something. No, you ain't finna sell no hemp oil because that's like selling marijuana. And if your business selling this and you don't have no license to do it, you can go to jail. So right now I'm in the process of trying to get the right license to be able to sell the hemp body butters and soap because it has to be state tested and a few different things, you have to go through. So it's just important to be about your business, be on top of your game. So those are just some of the hurdles that you have to, jump over. But you know me, I'm like one of them horses, stallions, whatever you call them. I'll hop right on over those hurdles. I'm just studying and doing my thing so I can keep it moving with some of the things that I do want to do, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you said that when you started jolloo Cosmetics, you were married. So are you still married?
No, I am divorced and I am a single woman now. Eyes free. I'm single. Yeah.
Now, as far as going through a divorce, what advice do you have for women as far as a healing process to be able to move on and get through that thing and I guess push through into your destiny or those things or birthing out those things that you have on the inside of you?
That and it's definitely a healing process, and everybody heals. They have their own time frame of healing. Divorce was definitely hard for me because I am a strong woman of God, and I married my husband through Christ, so it was till death do us part. However, he breached the contract in more ways than one, and I just had to do what I had to do and trust in the Lord and getting me out of that situation that I was in. But in the process of healing, you just got to take time for yourself. You got to stay prayed up. And a lot of people be thinking, well, if I get another one, that's just going to make me forget about the other one. But no, it's definitely a time to really just heal and find out more about yourself. And, even though I feel like I didn't do nothing wrong, I was the perfect wife, but you still have to reflect on yourself and what you could have done better or different in any situation to have made the situation better. Don't always just throw the blame off on somebody else, but look at yourself as well. And even if you didn't do, certain things wrong, maybe the choice that you made wrong was choosing the partner that you had. So your choice in choosing who you tend to spend life with, I got a poor choice of choosing when it comes to men. So right now, just really reflecting on self. But in the process of reflecting on self, like I said, just trusting in the Lord. And that's who I got to trust in. That's why I'm in no relationship right now. Because like I said, one thing that I had to admit to myself throughout this whole time is I have a poor choice in choosing men. So I really want God to send me who he has just for me.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I ain't good at choosing that. Otherwise, I'll still be married right now. But yeah, just stay focused on yourself. And if you're going through any kind of situation in your relationship, especially if it's a bad situation and it's something that you end up ending or trying to get out of, or needing a divorce or getting a divorce or done had a divorce, it'll be all right, because healing come with time. So once again, just stay focused, find something you like to do. I found my little niche, and that keep me busy and it keep me going. At the same time, I do address the issues that I have with myself when I'm speaking to the Lord about what happened when it came to my marriage.
Absolutely. Now, during the pandemic, a lot of people, including myself, lost people that were dear to them. Have you lost anyone and had to go through that process? Not necessarily just to COVID or to the pandemic, but losing someone that is really, really near and dear to your heart.
Yes, I actually lost my mom like almost 8 months ago. And it was during the pandemic. So it was crazy because, they wasn't letting us have funerals. They wasn't letting a lot of things go on. And it's just something that really bothers me because my mom is a very strong woman. She's been through so many different things, and God done brought her through so much. And when she was in that hospital, and it was some things that took place while she was in the hospital that still bother me to this day. And we couldn't go visit her while she was there. You remember, they wouldn't let nobody in the hospitals. And I just wonder what all they did to my mama while she was there. But they finally let her come home to her sister's house, and that's where she ended up laying to rest. But they let her go home to pass away. So she got an opportunity to spend time with me, my brother, her kids and her grandkids, and see all of us before she left.
It's okay. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
But it's still it's just some questionable things because of the world, how everything is, the government, how they do everything. It just make me question, what did they do to my mother while she was in that hospital? I just wonder sometimes. But yeah, I lost someone during the pandemic about 8 months ago.
Understandable. Well, of course, that's going to always be a touchy situation. A lot of times people say, well, it takes time and, time heals things, but some things, I think they're always there. And that's just me. I've lost people that were very close to me, my great grandmother, my closest uncle. So I still think about it, and I still have my moments. And we do know that death is a part of life. However, it never just feels normal, like, oh, okay, such and such happened. You always have to continue to embrace and build and know and hold on to the memories. And this is why it's so important for us to build this family and this love and this community of support, because you never know what somebody else is going through. You never know their challenges, their experiences, and us just really honestly and sincerely learning how to love on each other.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you never know when someone's going to need you, and you never know when you're going to need someone, and it's so important. And I'm sure we could go on for hours and days and months and even years about the hurtful situations and the different things that have taken place in life that God has brought us through. And I'm praying that one day all of us as the guests and even outside friends have this big shebang where we're able to get together and live, laugh, and love. You know, we can express, but we can cry, but we can laugh, but we can have a good time. And I want to see the vision manifest itself from just this show. It's fun to sit down and promote and talk and have a good time with people, but it's even more inspiring and exuberating to see someone actually just smile after all the pain or release and get to that next level. And of course, our condolences.
Yes.
We love you dearly. We know Mama is looking down on you, and
Oh, yeah,
that
she's so proud. She's so happy. I be thinking about it. She be like, "You go." I know she be like, "You go, girl." I know she
yes,
tickled at some of the stuff that I be doing because I be tickled.
yes, yes. Beautiful to have someone in that position. And we're going to continue to go forward, you know, live out those legacies and do those things. Family is so, so important.
Very important.
And we're all family, you know, once you're on the Underrated Voices talk show,
You become a part of
you're
us.
officially our family.
We
So
family now. Yeah.
yes, we family now. So we're gonna have family reunions. We're gonna do all that. We don't want to just have episodes and then, you know, oh well, what's such and such doing? Of course, we want to bring everybody back and we want to stay intact, but we want to build something a little bit different. You know, as the world is rebuilding and redefining and all these different things, we're gonna do things a little bit different, you know, just have some good times where the cameras aren't on and we can just let loose, but we can heal, you know, because a healing process a lot of times takes someone to be there with you, you know, a psychologist or, you know, a therapist or a doctor or whomever may not be the thing that's best or works best for you. It could just be people and loving on people. So we're going to have that moment and that time. We're going to have our concerts and our body butters and our public speakers and our everything we've had on here. We're going to have some good food, some good drink, and live it up. Life is for the living. And God said that we should have life and that more abundantly. And tears are released, you know. Crying cleanses the soul. So it makes me sad to see people cry a lot of times because, you know, I'm a crybaby, but it makes me happy at the same time because I know that it's a release. And for that release to take place, like in my presence on the Underrated Voices talk show, is something that's honorable. And I want everybody to be able to release and go to the next level. That's what I really inspire for. I love and I love joy and I love happiness and I love seeing those things. And I have to say my little thing that I started, you know, you look beautiful today.
You absolutely look beautiful.
And
today.
you look beautiful
and
today.
You look beautiful today.
Thank you. That's our thing that we're starting.
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes, thank you. So instead of us, you know, being haters, oh girl, what she got on or none of that, you know what? You look beautiful today. Because even if you don't look beautiful on the outside, there's something beautiful on the inside of you because God created you, you know, and that's totally inevitable. But I have had an absolute blast. You are definitely a character.
Yes.
And congratulations on all of your many accomplishments. Keep going. Keep going. It's beautiful. The body butter's beautiful. The book is beautiful. Your story is beautiful. You're absolutely crazy with these characters.
Yes.
Yes. And I want you to tell people where they can find, like, for everything. I know Jolloo Cosmetics, you said the website, and Amazon and Barnes and Nobles is who can I trust. But What is your name on TikTok or something? Because these people need to see these characters.
I know, right? It is Tang Lee 26. So TANGLEE 26. So at Tang Lee 26 when you go to TikTok and enjoy. You got to start from the first video because it's like a story and every video feed off the other. So it's not fair if you don't start right from the beginning. So once you find the page, go to the very first video and enjoy yourself because there's a whole lot to come behind that one.
Absolutely. And what about, do you have Instagram and Facebook?
Yes, I do. And Instagram is jolloo Cosmetics as well. And my Facebook is jolloo Cosmetics as well. So that's why I said once you put jolloo Cosmetics in the search engine of Google, it'll bring my Facebook up, the Instagram up, the TikTok will even pop up. Twitter is jolloo Cosmetics as well. So, well, of course, Tang Lee on TikTok, but because I associate those things with jolloo, it still pops up whenever you put jolloo Cosmetics up on the search engine. So, if it gets stuck and you can't find the page, just throw that jolloo Cosmetics in your Google search engine and it's gonna find me everywhere.
Yes, ma'am. Now, is there anything that you would like to just share with us that we didn't go over, or anything that you would like to know?
Well, I really thank you ladies for having me today. I really appreciate that. I enjoy being on your platform. I appreciate you, ladies putting me on here and I'm happy about that. And as far as I did set out some products just in case some people wanted to, see some of my products, but I just dropped a new butter called pear butter, and it is so pretty and it smells so good. It's one of my favorites. All my butters are my favorites, but this is like the super, super favorite. If you see, it's like the green and yellow in there, and this is my new pear butter. But I actually got a new butter coming for the men. So it's going to be called man butter because I have some butter right now for the boys. This Prince package and this boy butter. If you guys can see that boy butter on there, but it's boy butter. But I'm going to make some man butter. And I got this new man scent. Father's Day is coming up in a couple of months. So it's going to be like molds of soap made out of a stack of money, molds of soap made out of a little gun because men like guns for some reason. Well, women, but it got and then a champagne bottle soap. So it'll be a nice Father's Day package with a man butter and some nice bars of soap that got a nice little touch to it. So I just kind of wanted y'all to know that. So make sure you do go to jolloocosmetics.com. Make sure you go to my page. Make sure you follow me because I'm always promoting and I'm always talking about some of my products, some of the new stuff that I got coming up. So just be looking for me and you'll see everything.
Awesome.
Right,
Awesome.
right.
Well, we want to absolutely thank you for entertaining us and being here today. And again, congratulations. And you are more than welcome here. Of course,
Always.
you know that you are. And we're going to have to talk about this family reunion thing because you have to be there. Yes. And yes, we're going to make it a vendor thing too. We're going to sell our products and, have a way to network, but have fun at the same time too, because we have to support each other. We have to. There's no reason not to. We put blood, sweat, and tears to give the people what they want. So now it's time to come get what you want, people.
Right.
So we love you, Lawanda. I have to say big Tang. I don't know why I can't just say regular, but so we love you. We want to thank you for being on the Underrated Voices talk show.
Yes.
Again, we had a blast and we will see you very soon.
All right. I love y'all too. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.
Love you. Mwah.